All right, warriors, let's do a breathing exercise. It's going to take 5 seconds. There's no hoodoo, voodoo, choo-choo, or it's not going to make the kukui go away either. But what I am going to do is teach you to self-regulate. You see, this part is missing, and it's the most critical part. You see, you already figured out what self-control is. You just haven't applied it toward your feelings and emotions. You're still a little bit explosive. And you candy coat this shit by saying, oh me. Well, I went supernova. Oh, now you're going to try and garnish a turd. You see, what you need to understand is supernova applies to the very first time that happened. After that, you done developed a nasty habit. Almost looking for situations to go supernova with your truth. The idea is, don't become the monsters that you just became aware existed. This is a turning point in this awareness. They want you to become what they are. And the first step is to get you to start acting out on it and justifying it. 5 seconds gets you to re-regulate, get back in your lane, and actually find humor in catching yourself, because what you just avoided is a life of the narcissist. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. That's why they're always looking back to see what it is they're missing out on, because everybody who's ever been in a connection with them, after being discarded, became better for it. Damn, how would you like that writing on your conscience? Oh shit, to the hell no. Hell to the now. All right, y'all, let's do this breathing exercise, 5 seconds, and then we're going to take a badass walk on the beach, man. We're going to just chill, hopefully have some eye openers, and a couple laughs, right? But the idea is, let's get you to a place where you were before a narcissist came into your life. Let's get you back to that badass. Hell, it's the reason you were picked. A predator took advantage of your ass. Let's do some detangling. 5 seconds, come on y'all, let's do this. Release slowly. Shake that shit off. How did that feel? I say, how did that feel? It feels more gooderister. Look, narcissists have caught on to me. They've been hearing me on the YouTube, I think. You see, I've never been invited to these the upside down pineapple events, these swingers. And then I found out later through reading the remarks that there's also flamingos. They put these flamingos out in their front yard, have these little soirees. I thought I was being picked on. Well, I come to find out after talking to a friend of mine, he started laughing his ass off. He said, Chico, you're stag. You're a bachelor, dude. The idea is to come in with somebody for you can swap. You come in just to fuck. Of course you're not invited. So warrior, sometimes, you know what? Not being invited to these things, you ain't losing out on shit. Warriors, check this out. Anything that makes a positive change in your life, I want you to take notice of this. There is no fastest way to develop enemies when you start to adopt changes that are great for the betterment of yourself. Anything has to do with motivating, elevating, adding value, success in business, organization, management, anything like that. The narcissist does not want to be left behind. Do you understand? Everyone wants to talk about codependency, it's abandonment issues, it's this, it's that, it's envy, it's jealousy, it's pride, it's fucking ego. And they know as soon as you come into something, you're going to turn your back on their asses. You know why? Because it's what they're going to do to you. But until then, they need to ride your coattails. And that's why they use ambiguous words like, oh, here you go with a big head. Oh, you're going to letting it get to your head. You see, because you've seen them come in to little hiccups of wealth or riches, not wealth, riches. And they think that all of a sudden they come into something and you see the ego take charge. They believe everyone operates like a narcissist. You see, they have to hide it and bite their tongue, but they know full well if they were ever in a position of power that they would take advantage of it. They're thirsting for it so bad that you got broke asses trying to tell you ain't shit as they're begging you for $1. You know the kind. Oh, you're not going to spend the bag? You're not going to buy me the bag? You're not going to take me out to... That's not a date. That's not a date. I deserve a 5-star restaurant. Deserve to be taken shopping to see what kind of investment you're going to make in a broke ass. And when you tell them, I ain't spending shit on you. There's one thing about every connection I've ever been with, they were lucky to get a McDonald's or a Whataburger. Whataburger, I might be interested in you. This ain't no philanthropy. Warriors, trust is earned, and the thirst is real. So watch it, because insults, being argumentative, and the need to be right, you're not going to win against that. As Yoda would say, the entitlement is great with this one. Warriors, narcissist parents are the world's worst for being able to discard their own children, treat others publicly better than their own friends and family and children. Narcissists will not only do that, but as you start to succeed and become more better bestest than they ever could, then they want to take the credit. And the only real credit they can ever get was, I guess you can thank them that your brains didn't run down their leg like most of your siblings. Warriors, you can thank them for not swallowing. Warriors, narcissist parents aren't to be felt sorry for. And this is what they're going to want to try and harp on in their old age. They want you to forget how they treated you, how they never supported you, and how they took credit and or gave you credit for shit you hadn't achieved and lied to others. My dad tried telling everybody I was a fucking doctor. Little did I know, I probably am. A doctor of bullshitterology, Euristis. Because I called that lie out right there in front of everybody. Let them know. Can't you be proud of me for who I am? The fuck? A doctor? Oh yeah, you can just imagine how shy and bashful I am. Warriors, narcissists only have two kinds of masters. They're either feeding feelings or they are on survival mode. And I'm talking primal, primitive, unrational, unlogical, illogical. I'm inventorist of words, I think. But either way, look, we know this. In layman's terms, they lack dick control. Or as Prince would say, pussy control. Self-control is the marker that they look for in targets. Self-control is what makes you stand apart. So what you got to figure out a way is, knowing that self-control is the currency most sought after, even by fellow warriors. Come on now. Look, it's tested for, and you can figure out at hello what you're dealing with, because the first shit test narcissists want to give you to be invited to these upside down pineapples and flamingos, to these soirees, is a shit test. And they usually start like this. Check this out. Would you suck for $1 million? Would you take it up for $1 million? And you know the answer they're looking for? Shit, I'd do it for free. Or what they end up getting is caught by surprise and possibly a punch in the throat. Warriors, these shit tests are exactly what they are. They're looking for reactions. And they're also looking for this. Do you have self-control? How do you operate? And is there consistency? Consistency. Google it. So check this out. Five weaknesses that all narcissists have that we're going to go over. And this is intel to have, because with it, you're able to better exercise reverse narcology and apply it only when provoked. This isn't shit you go around looking for trouble. It's kind of like these dumbasses walk around with a concealed carry license, and now all of a sudden they feel empowered. Well, they go buy a pair of brass knuckles, and all of a sudden they're just looking for trouble to have to want to need to use it. The idea is to understand the beast you are, keep it in check, and have balance. But operate in the freedom in knowing this, that others at the sight of you understand full well that you can be the worst consequence or the greatest friend. This is why we go back and to better understand how narcissists operate. Not feeding your insatiable need to have ill will upon the narcissist. Looking forward to the consequence. Possibly having a hand in speeding it up. Operating just like they want you to. We understand these weaknesses because we need to understand what trips them up. And just give them enough rope to trip themselves up. Reverse narcology. Operating intelligently. You know what I'm saying? For you can keep your peace of mind and sleep at night. Just like you have been. Because you know you've done it right. Oh, look, listen. Narcissists know they fucked up. They know they fucked up. What they don't like is this. They set the trap up for they can come back. Kind of put you away on a shelf for a little moment. Someone else found you. Or you just jumped smooth off that fucker and said, I don't need to be found. Either way, their weakness is lacking the ability to self-regulate. They depended on you to do that. and they're very insecure. So if we know they can't self-regulate, and that's why they go through these floppy-ass depressions and mood swings, all of a sudden they're happy and just can't wait to live life, and the next minute, holy shit, it's they hit rock bottom. They get mortified. Well, what you didn't know is these little monkey jumps they've been performing, double back flips with others, well, they got rejected. Right when they thought the harem closet was just right, all of a sudden they start falling off like dominoes because of their fakeness. And because of all that, they start to develop their own patterns, and they don't realize that they seem to always strike out because they're very predictable. The predictability comes with that ego of thinking they've mastered the art, and that false confidence gives away their predictability. And once you're able to do that, that last weakness is knowing how empty they are inside, and now others know it. They'll say things like I do once in a while. You don't know what love is, do you? Warriors, your confidence is unshakable. Your curiosity, though, your curiosity can be a lesson learned or a consequence of a lesson needed to be learned. Either way, understand something. Life is going to have its obstacles. People of integrity, people of virtue, people who say what they mean are in high demand. And because you have standards, it eliminates a shitload of freeloaders. And the only way they can try to convince you is like an immature toddler, by needing to be argumentative, insult you, and needing to be right. You understand their weaknesses. And all along, you've been wondering why you're being hoovered. Why are so many staring you down? And why are there so few like you? It's because intelligence has been trained to speak less. Adopt an attitude of, well, you live your life, I'll live mine. So long as it doesn't affect me, you go do you, boo-boo. Not getting involved, not being a part of the light, is to be a part of the world. How can you expect to be heard and understood if no one can hear your voice? I need you to understand the miracle that you are. And the reason you're going to be tempted and tested is because your word's stumbling. Pass your test, warriors. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are badass. Don't let that curiosity get you. It sometimes hurts. It's like that joke, that fella and his girlfriend. very young, curious. And the boy's trying to tell the girl, well, why don't you try kissing on it? She says, that thing? He said, well, I've seen it on TV. I thought it would be kind of different. She says, well, I ain't never done it before. He says, well, you know them ketchup bottles? She says, well, yeah. Well, it's kind of like trying to get the ketchup out the ketchup bottle. She says, oh, I got this. But look, I'm shy. I need you to close your eyes. Well, she reached down, she grabbed that thing, and she said, innocent curiosity. Sometimes it's got to hurt a little, and then you understand this statement. Observe without absorbing. It's a whole lot less butthurt that way. Warriors, get out there and own it. You are the standard. And every day you elevate. You check off more boxes. And it comes natural to you because you're adopting lifestyle changes that are beautiful. And that is worth defending. You are the currency. You're not a notch in anyone's belt. They can't compete. Narcissists can't compete. Warriors, thanks for your support. It's never goodbye. It's always until next time. Namaste.
Jesse, what are you doing today?
We're going to skydive today.
We're going to
skydive.
Leap of faith. Hey, that's what this is.
Doing it for the tribe, the warrior tribe.
Do you know how high we're going? Did they tell you?
14,500 feet.
Close. 14,500 feet, yep. And then we're going to be falling at...
a high rate of speed.
Very fast. We're going to be falling very fast. We're going to be falling at 120 miles an hour. Sweet. Have you ever gone that fast before?
No, I have not.
Okay, are you ready to go that fast?
I'm ready.
Okay.
We're gonna do it today. You got my back.
Yep. Oh, I'm gonna get your face, but you know your TI will have your back.
All right.
What made you want to skydive? What brought you here today?
Facing fear.
Yeah? Are you afraid of heights?
Facing fear, head on. No.
No.
I'm afraid of not trying new opportunities.
There you go.
I'm afraid of living in the woulda, shoulda, coulda, and I'm not gonna do it. Lead and live by example. There
you go. You heard it here first from Jesse. All right, you ready to go?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Woo!
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go.
What'd you think of it?
Loved it.
Woo!
Badass.
You know, honestly, I have no idea who won the sword fight, so I guess we'll have to call it a draw.
There you go. We'll have to do it again.
All right, when are you gonna get your license now?
I'm gonna work on it tomorrow. I'll be back.
Jesse, thank you for jumping with us to Skydive Lone Star. Do you have anything you'd like to say?
What an honor. Badass.